Welcome for the session of food additives. And in the last session, we had done on food adulterants as well as we had done acidulant. We had done with emulsifiers, and in today's session, we are going to do with food coloring. As we know that food coloring is an important aspect of food additives, and without food coloring, the food might be bland and will not have that impact on your buffet or your food counter. Now, food coloring or food, you can say color additives is, as said, is a dye or pigment. You can say a substance that impart color when it is added for food or drink. They come in many forms, as you know, consisting of liquid, you can say powder, gels, and paste. For coloring is used both in commercial food as well as in domestic cooking. So, food colorants are also used in variety of non-vegetarians, vegetarian food, and even sometimes other food aspect apart from, you can say, uh, display. Then you have some artifacts being made of food which are just kept for food buffet counters. Now, what is the actual purpose of, you can say, the food coloring? Now, people, you can say, associate certain color with certain flavor, and color of food can influence the perceived flavor in anything from, you can say, candy to a wine, and even sometimes the aim is to stimulate a color that is perceived by the consumer as natural, such as adding red color to increase the color effect of glazed cherry, which would otherwise be very blonde and beige. But sometimes it is also for the effect like green ketchups that Heinz launched in 1999, having that color additive, okay, which are used in food for many reasons. Okay, now what do you say how it is used? The first and most important, to make food more attractive, appealing, appetizing, and also, you can say, informative. Offset color losses due to exposure to light, air temperature, extreme moisture and storage condition also, and correct natural variation in color. It also enhances color that occur naturally, provide color to colorless and fun foods, allows consumer to identify products on site like candies, flavors or medicinal dosage. Now, when you say history of artificial food coloring, now in addition to the colorant which are actually have been used long years back, okay, even from the Greeks, the Egyptians, okay, almost 2000 3000 BC also colorings has been used, but the written documentation dates back to Egyptian cities in the early 1500 BCs, okay, where chocolates or candies were being made and added natural color extracts and wines to improve the product appearance. Now, with the onset of the Industrial Revolution, people became dependent on food products by others, and this new urban dweller demanded food at a lower cost. Analytical chemicals, you can say chemistries, with still primitive regulations. Now, you can say heavy metals and other inorganic element containing compound turned out to be cheap and suitable for restoring the food color, okay, or you can say water down and other food stuff. Some more lewd example. Thus, with potted meat, fish, and sauces taken at the breakfast, one would say to consume more or less more of red lead, or even the sulfuric of the mercury at the dinner table with the curie of cane. Okay, you can say we would run the chance of second dosage of lead or mercury with pickles, bottled fruits, vegetables, and yeah, we nearly sure to have copper administered to them. So you can say large amount of chemicals are being added and minerals for the coloring. So many color additives have never been tested for toxicity or other adverse effect for, you can say, recording the slow that injures even deaths results from taint colorants. Now what do you have for regulation? Concern over safety led to numerous regulations through the world. The food regulation released in like German food regulation 1882 actually had put down onto dangerous minerals such as arsenic, copper, chromium, lead, mercury and zinc, which were frequently used as ingredient in colorants. So in the 20th century, now improved chemical analysis and testing led to a replacement of this negative list by positive list. Now positive list consists of substances that allow to be used for the production and improvement of foods. Most prevailing legislations are based on positive listing. Positive listing implies that substances meant for human consumption have been tested for their safety and they are to meet specified purity criteria prior to their approval by correspondent authorities. So we can say while naturally derived colors are not required to be certified by numbers of regular bodies throughout the world, but they still need to be approved by the use in that country. Food colorings are tested for safety by various bodies around the world and sometimes different bodies have different views on the food safety colors. Now if you say in the US, the FDA permits color are classified as subject to certification or exempt for certification. Now certified colors are synthetic produced and are used widely and they impart an intense uniform color, are less expensive and blend more easily. Whereas colors that are exempted from certification include the pigments derived from natural sources such as vegetables, minerals, or you can say animal colorings. Naturally derived color additives are typically more expensive than certified colors and may add unintended flavor to food. Now if you say what are the various colors that are permitted, the color permitted by the Food Safety and Standard Act 2006 in India, there are the number of colors that are allowed artificial colors. So 8 artificial coloring that are actually allowed is first one is the red. You can know it's also you can say common name is Ponsue, the Camucine and the Arthocine. Okay, and the numbers are 124, 122 and 127. Then we have the yellow, blue, green also then specified as Tarzine, Sunset Yellow, Indigo, Carmine, Brilliant Blue and Fast Green. Now when you say if you are using color, you have certain types of criticism also been specified by the World Health Organization. Widespread public believes that artificial food coloring causes the ADHD, okay, like hyperactivity in children's, originated from you can say ancient times and predicted. You can say some doctors from California who proposed in 1973 that the artificial color and artificial flavorings causes hyperactivity in children. However, there is no evidence such or to support broad claims that food coloring causes food intolerance. Now, despite the concern expressed to food coloring that may cause, the collective evidence does not support the assertions. Okay, the European regulatory community, with the emphasis on precautionary principles, requires labeling and temporarily reduce the acceptability daily intake of food colorings. And in India, the FSSAI approved food colors and their standards has a list, and FSSAI has given the green signal for various colorings as safe to be used in food, but they have to fulfill the specific criteria to be used, as there are certain limits to be for and using the colors. So with this we end the sessions of color and what is the impact of color on food. Thank you so much. If you do have any doubts, please write down onto the comments column or feel free to even contact me. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself.